There's this story of a factory which ships a product, and so these boxes are put together in this factory. They move along this conveyor belt till they get to a point where a robotic arm drops in the product into the box, and then the box carries on moving and it's taped up, and an address label is slapped onto it, and it's put on the back of a truck and shipped. Only the problem with this factory is that every now and again the robotic arm misses a box, or the timing just doesn't match up, and so they sellotape and address and ship a bunch of empty boxes. And so angry customers ring up and say, "Hey, where's my stuff? You shipped me an empty box." So management did what management does, and they had an away day and filled up a flip chart with ideas, and they came up with this incredibly clever but expensive solution where they dropped a set of scales into the conveyor belt. So now, as the last thing the box experienced in this factory was having been filled and taped and had an address label on it, would sit on this set of scales. And if it was full, it would go into the back of the truck. If it was empty, the set of scales would trigger an alarm, and it would go back around the conveyor belt and be refilled. Only, and you could see this coming, it didn't work. So management had another away day. Meanwhile, some guy who works down on the factory floor, he can fix this problem easily, he thinks. He goes and spends 10 quid on a desk fan. He turns the desk fan on to high speed, puts it next to the conveyor belt. Full boxes just breeze on past. Empty boxes get blown off by the fan, and they go back round. The point of the story, of course, is that the best, most simple, most brilliant solutions are often the ones created in context rather than upstairs by management. If you're in management, keep going, you're doing great. As a deanery, we know that we want to equip and encourage and resource mission happening across Milton Keynes in 1,000 different ways and styles and places. And the last thing that anybody needs to help with that is me and people like me sitting around a big board table with a flip chart coming up with ideas. So the one idea we have come up with is the Deanery Mission Fund. Because the point is, you probably have an idea. There is probably a need in your area. There is probably an injustice in your context which demands battling. There is probably some way you can serve people where you are. There is probably something you can do where your church is to look after the environment, to creatively express the love of God to all kinds of groups of people across the city. But maybe you need some help purchasing the desk fan. And so you could apply to the Deanery Mission Fund, and people from your church could apply to it too, to fund and to seed fund and to get some of these ideas going. Because we know that we're going to need innovation. We know we need new ideas. We know we need to take some risks. And we think that as a result of this, some incredible new ideas will emerge and bubble up, and they'll be able to be shared with other groups of Christians and churches across the city. There'll be some other things that we try, and it doesn't work at all. And that's okay. Because we know that we have to be bold and courageous and try things in an effort to tell all people of the fantastic, life-giving, hope-giving, joyful good news of Jesus. If you would like to know more about the fund, like who can apply to it and what restrictions exist and how big's the form, then go on the Deanery website. You'll find everything there. Talk to your local church leader who will know more and will be able to support you in an application. And I'm looking forward to seeing dreams and ideas and innovative projects bubble up all across Milton Keynes and learning from you as we work together to share the love of Jesus across the city.